Monday, welcome to Monday, everybody. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling that Monday feeling? Is that a good feeling? Unclear. We made it. We made it to Monday, so that's good. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. I'm Jason DeRusha. Hope you had a nice weekend, and hope you're having a good morning so far. Maybe a nice cup of coffee ready to warm you up because it's a little chilly outside. Let's show you your Daybreaker forecast, and it is right? Remember when it was in the 80s? Today, we're about as warm as we're going to get. Not much temperature movement today. We'll be in the low 50s throughout the day. Spotty showers, though. A little bit of drizzle this morning in different parts of the area. Some areas are very dry, like I'm looking at some traffic cameras in the Eden Prairie area. Roads look dry, but we've seen wet roads. So anyway, just be ready. There will be some spotty showers today. And frankly, all week, cold. It's just going to be kind of cold this week in the 50s. So get those sweaters and those jackets and those fall-time vests out because here we go. Well, let's talk about this. It's the big story in the New York Times, and it's been the big story of the last 24 hours for sure. President Donald Trump has refused over the years to make his tax returns public. He said he wasn't sharing them because he was in an audit fight with the IRS. Well, someone has shared the tax records with the New York Times, and they have published not the records, but a report that indicates President Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017. When they looked over the previous 15 years, they said he paid no income taxes in 10 of those 15 years. Basically, because, you know, he made a lot of money, but he lost a lot of money at the same time. Took some significant write-offs as well. President Trump called the report fake news, but that was all he said. His tax returns likely to be brought up during the first debate tomorrow. So what we wanted to know is, I mean, obviously a lot of people have their minds made up on the presidential election, right? If you're a Biden voter, you already are mad at the president, and so this isn't going to change your mind. If you're a hardcore Trump supporter, again, perhaps you already thought this was the case, so it doesn't come as a major surprise. But if you're someone who maybe is trying to make up your mind, or you might be leaning one way, what do you think? Does this sway the voters at all? Do people care about this? I think the biggest concern is that the president has $300 million in personal guarantees on loans, and those loans will be coming due. And there's something maybe concerning about a president of the United States having big money out in loans, and you say they are loans to whom? Who is that money from? So anyway, lots of questions. It's a big talker, and so we are curious to check in on what you think. Leave a comment on the Facebook page, and we'll share some coming up. The day after the debate, the president will be back in Minnesota. Minnesota, for sure, a state that both candidates are playing hard to win. President Trump will be in Duluth for a rally at the airport there Wednesday. That'll be his third visit to the state in recent weeks. New poll shows the president has some work to do. This one from Suffolk University, USA Today. They have found that Joe Biden with a 7-point lead over President Trump, margin of error about 4.4%, plus or minus, but there's a Star Tribune poll this weekend that showed a similar margin for Joe Biden. Twins, back-to-back division titles. They have clinched the AL Central Division, and they start the postseason against Houston tomorrow at Target Field. Now, also tomorrow, the 2020 Homer hanky goes on sale, and the Twins have sent one over to us here at the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. And you can see it's, look at this, they've got the home right at the base of the Minnesota state kind of sketch here, because this was a home season for all of us, right? We couldn't go to Target Field, so this is the Twins' home. Homer hanky at home, I guess, is what you could call it. It'll go on sale tomorrow. Now, this year, look at this one. Remember this one from back in the day? So here's the old school style of a Homer hanky. It's a little thinner. This guy is more like a washcloth. So anyway, get your Homer hanky, right? Twins Clubhouse store, some Cub stores, or on the Star Tribune website. Ready? Right in the camera. All right, high school athletes sidelined by the pandemic will return to action this week. The Minnesota State High School League voted to resume volleyball and football today. Practice starts today. Football gets 6 games, some sort of a postseason. Volleyball has 11 weeks of action. Cases of COVID-19 are surging in the state of Wisconsin. State health officials reported more than 2,200 new cases yesterday, 4th day in a row. The state has confirmed more than 2,000 positive tests. This weekend, Minnesota passed 2,000 deaths from the virus. Health experts say they have been anticipating a surge in cases this time of year.
We were always facing heightened risk of increased spread of coronavirus as we headed into the fall and the winter. Now we're there. We're starting to see that increase, and we're taking a lot of infection into a very dangerous season for this virus.
COVID tracking project ranks Wisconsin 3rd in the country for the highest number of new cases per capita, so they adjust this by population in the last 2 weeks. The top 2 states, North Dakota and South Dakota. So we are surrounded. The Jewish community is observing their holiest day of the year. Yom Kippur began at sundown last night. It's a day of fasting, repentance, and prayer. Ends at sundown this evening. Traditionally, Jews would gather at synagogue, then break the fast with a shared meal, but because of the pandemic, many staying close to home or praying in smaller groups outdoors. Legendary NFL quarterback Joe Montana and his wife had to wrestle a woman who tried to take their grandchild from inside their home. What the heck is going on at Joe Montana's house? He tells the LA County Sheriff's Department that this woman enters his home in Malibu this weekend, takes his 9-month-old grandchild out of a playpen. Montana and his wife confronted her, attempting to de-escalate the situation. Eventually, there was a tussle. Mrs. Montana able to safely pry the child away. The woman ran off. She was later arrested for kidnapping and burglary. You get the sense there might be more to this story. Like, what is the story here? Nobody was hurt, but my goodness, scary situation there. Amazon looking to kickstart holiday shopping early this year. The company just confirmed the details for Amazon Prime Day, and it's been moved way up. Mark your calendars, October 13th and 14th. First time this sales event is being held in the fall. Pandemic forced it to be postponed from July. Amazon was overwhelmed with orders and shipping delays and all of that. So they're doing it October 13th and 14th. Pretty good chance you'll see other retailers offering deals right around that same time. Some exciting news for a Minnesota native, Yara Shahidi. She just announced she's going to play Tinkerbell in Disney's live-action Peter Pan and Wendy film. She's best known for a role in Blackish. Release date hasn't been scheduled for this, but congratulations to Yara Shahidi. Very exciting news for her. Let's get back to today's talker. It is the New York Times report that says President Donald Trump paid $750 in personal income taxes his first year when he was running for president, first year during that campaign. A lot less money in taxes than most of us are paying. Steve Salakansi says, who cares about his taxes? That shouldn't even be a topic. All right, Steve, thank you. Here's Lindsay. I don't think this news will result in a decrease in votes for Trump if mocking a man with disabilities, paying off porn stars, grabbing women, all of this stuff doesn't turn someone off to Trump. Nothing will. Annette says it should sway the voters for sure. Annette, thank you. Becca says, I do think it'll have a big impact on undecided voters. We'll see. We'll see. I think the president's going to have to do a little more than just saying that this story is fake news. If he has some tax returns he wants to share and maybe give a different side, America wants to see it, right? All right. That is it. That's the Daybreaker. From CBSN Minnesota, your only local streaming news source. The CBS News app, WCCO.com. We are there for you wherever you need us. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.